Hello, and thanks for stopping by. It's now time for our late August garden tour and commentary. Let's see what's going on, how our little heat wave here has been going here, and let's see all the things I need to work on in the garden. Let me flip you around and let's start the tour. And we're going to start our tour here up in the patio area. And my little mini greenhouse still has a couple items in it. The China doll tree, it's actually doing quite spectacular in there if we peer in there. And then our snake plant, this is where it lives. We got to watch our step. The house has demanded some work from me, so the garden's been suffering and I've been digging. And well, it's decomposed granite and clay. It's exciting. And look at the beautiful pile of dirt. Just to add some height to the garden. And you can see where we had to do some sifting. Stay tuned for that potato video. You're going to love it. I've now gone through and pruned our grapes back. They were turning into a jungle here, so we can actually get up near them this year and let you take a look. And you know, I bet if I'm lucky, I can even show you some of the grapes we've been harvesting from it. And look at that here. And we've been getting clusters way bigger than this as well. We are prepping our bean bed here. We just harvested our bush beans. So now we're going to plant another crop. I should make it just in time. And we'll get a nice new crop of bush beans for the fall. And then this is, the time of year when our 4 o'clocks, they've been dying back and they're going to seed. And this is my nice project weed garden. And our sage here is doing quite well. And our lowly old grapevine that needs me to plant it is doing well in this 10-gallon fabric pot. This is our Autumn King. Then we swing around to our beautiful zucchini plants here. We think we overplanted here a bit. But you know what, that's just what it is. And we got some eggplant that we had extra, so they got planted here into this bed. Still haven't tossed anything in this bed yet, but it's up and coming. And let's swing around here so you can see our melons here. They're doing quite well. You can see there's one actually hanging right down there. I've kind of been increasing their water a little bit. I think I've been underwatering them. You see we have another melon that's working on getting close here. And we might get lucky here. We got a couple of watermelon coming here, so we'll see if they'll be able to finish up. Now, for some reason here, our cucumber bed failed. And it could be underwatering. I'm not completely sure, but you know what? We'll get some more seeds going possibly. I think I can squeeze in around the cucumbers here. So we'll get those in there. And you can see this is our blueberry aisle. My fertilizing regimen has really been helping out all the plants in the garden, as you'll continue to see here. And of course, we swing around to our garden shed. This is our raspberry. It's been doing quite well. It seems to like this spot. It starts getting shade in the afternoon. And then we have a couple, actually we have 3 nice blueberry plants right here. We make use of the shade here so that the afternoon sun gets off these guys. And this is the type of stuff that happens when the heat wave comes through with blueberry plants in our area. This is how they look when you get the fertilizing right and everything else. But you can see even the tip leaves here. You can just see them. They're showing heat damage, and a lot of times that's what keeps these blueberries from getting tall in my area. Is the heat damage damages the tips, and then they just can't get their height on them here. And you can see that here. Then we spin around here to our citrus trees. They have been doing wonderful with the fertilizing regimen now that I'm doing. They're doing to the point to where we even have one, our Dancy here, that actually did a little bloom for us. But you can get a sense here, and we've got them mulched, of course. And we'll let you see from afar. We'll spin by some tools and stuff. You can see there's the rest of the citrus trees there, all doing well from the fertilizing. Fertilizing has been the biggest deal this year. And we'll swing around to the project weed corner. Now, let's talk about fertilizing. And if you know, we started late with our garden this year. This is the container garden. This is an indeterminate cherry tomato, just an heirloom. And apparently my fertilizing and everything has really taken well to it. We got some really good growth. It's very dense, which is one of the things that we want here, because otherwise you can get sunburn on your tomatoes. And you can see our determinants that we have planted here with their basil. They're doing really, really well too. So even though we have a late garden, we're starting to pull now, as I see our eggplant here. And we're pulling tomatoes, basil, and we keep pinching off the flowers. And then the basil just keeps bushing out, and we'll harvest it soon. And we'll walk you around here. And we'll note here with the cherry, this is a cherry that should be half its height, and it really should be bushy. By the time it got fertilizer, it was starting to really stretch and get out there. So it hasn't put on a lot of foliage growth. I'm going to be doing another fertilizing probably tomorrow morning. It's been 2 weeks since the last one. And it'll probably help this out a little bit. We will, as soon as these tomatoes start blushing, we will pull them. Otherwise, they'll get sunburnt because there's not enough foliage to cover them. And you can see here our other determinate tomatoes. They're just, with the basil, they're doing wonderful in these half fake whiskey barrels. And we had a whole bunch of extra tomato plants, and I just can't help it. I got to plant. So these are just 10-gallon pots with these are all determinants. They're just, I'm letting them sprawl. Wherever they're going to go, they're going to go. And they're just kind of going through here, and they're setting a lot of tomatoes. You just see them all here. The fertilizing really brought these things along. And you can just see here. Now, we get to our peppers here. The peppers, we're starting to get recovered. There's been fertilizing issues. This one's partially shaded, so it's actually doing really well. This one's still recovering. I really have some hard times growing peppers. And this is late in the season, so I don't know how much we're going to get off of them. You can see down below, we've got peppers down here. And the problem is we won't be able to let them go red. These have not put on enough foliage on them to protect the peppers. And I'm not going to take the time this year to put some shade cloth up. So I may have to take some of these peppers and maybe move them to the shade house and let them finish. Our last 4 potato bags are almost died off. And then we'll have a nice, interesting harvest video for you. Stay tuned for that one. These guys are just waiting. We'll plant something in them. I don't know what yet, but we will. And here's the peppers and all of that. You can see how they're doing. They're trying. Now, I don't know. I did it right for this one. This pepper, I did it right. This is what they all should be looking like. I mean, look at this dark green, real nice and bushy. I may do a series this year where I bring in the peppers for you, and we grow the ones that look okay. Maybe we'll do a grow indoor series for you for the winter. And then, there's nothing exciting about the screenhouse here this year. We've got a couple of strawberries in there still. I haven't transplanted them. Stay tuned for the video on the strawberry update. It's going to be important. And just a final swing here for you. Let you see around the garden. See the weeds. The natural California garden. And we're going to do the last part of the tour. I'm going to give you a little swing through the front yard and let you see what that garden looks like. To end our tour, I wanted to give you a quick little tour of the front yard. In a front yard garden, mainly flowers up here. That's a fern we've had for many years. It dies back, it comes back every summer. This is a new location for it. I'm probably going to relocate it to a little bit more shade, I think, ultimately. And we have different types of dianthus flowers. And you can see we have a little bit of lavender, and then our carnations. And this is the home of our hydrangeas. This is the north side of the house. This is where hydrangeas glow in my weather. So this is where they live. They've done their major summer bloom. The morning sun now and the evening sun is starting to go away on them. So they'll put on a few more flowers, but not very many of them. When we step around here, this is our kind of little experiment with a fabric raised bed. We've got all sorts of African daisies in it, and the lavender that needs to be transplanted, of course. Snapdragon's back in there. And then along our front sidewalk here, you'll notice this is where the strawberry patch lives. We've got a video coming up on that and the info we've learned on that. And we've got some basil, because why not? We're already growing a lot. And, some hanging plants, they kind of do okay. We've been in a heat wave. They've had some issues. For some reason here, it looks like I'm going to lose a plant there. And I'm not sure if we're going to lose this plant yet. The heat wave's having some issues. We lost what was in here. It just dried out too much. And then our lavender. And then, of course, our last plant. But we mainly just do flowers and stuff up here. I've got a drip system that kind of runs around the skirt. And I'd like to close things out. Say thank you for joining us. Click the like button if you like this. Subscribe if you feel like it. Visit my Etsy store and find something if you like. or just click through an Amazon affiliate link. I'd love to see you come by. Buy whatever you'd like. You don't even have to buy anything that I list down below. And, if I've done my job, YouTube's recommending another one of my videos right now for you to watch. Thank you for stopping by.